Hey, hello everybody, this is Purge, bringing you guys a first-person replay commentary. I'm going to be playing Darkseer today. I don't know when I last made a Darkseer video, but it's probably somewhere recently, so sorry about a bit of the overlap. I will be making some new hero videos pretty soon, at least for heroes that I haven't played in a while. On the list, we've got Weaver, we have Bounty Hunter, Meepo. There's probably more that I'm forgetting, but I can't think of at the top of the head. Sorry, that was my Skype. Oh god, that was my Skype too. Here we go. Okay. Alright. Darkseer. I'm gonna play some offlane. We're playing Captain's mode, so this is taking forever. Alright, I need to figure out. I'm gonna speed this up because this game's pretty long, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add a media file. Let's just hop in here somewhere. Fan art? Okay, let's do this. Just put this over here. Don't mind me, guys. This is completely normal. Close enough. Wow, 8 times speed. Alright, I just don't want to spoil the exact... I mean, I know you guys can just look at the YouTube video, but don't do it. Don't do it. But for those of you guys, I know some people don't like being spoiled, so I'm just going to accommodate that. So, it's a Captain's Mode game. I'm playing with Blitz and Aosin. This was on, I think Blitz streamed this game. Pretty fun game. I hope you guys like the Earthshaker carry. Sorry about all the Midas games lately. I know that some of you guys are irritated about that, and other people enjoy it. Honestly, based on the views, like in the way view counts go, generally people honestly like the Midas games, or more people watch the Midas games than my regular games. If I play regular games, there's less views, so I'm inclined to sometimes put up Midas games, because I know that people like them. And I know that some people want to see me screw around. They don't want to watch me play serious all the time. I know some of you guys want to see me play serious more often than other, but unfortunately there's no like perfect balance for everybody. There's always going to be somebody that's upset with it, so unfortunately that's just kind of how it goes. So anyways, this game's completely serious, I believe. Where's my mouse? Oh, there's my mouse. Alright, and I put it back down to 1 time speed because I don't want to burn through all of the draft. I don't think we really need to talk about that much stuff here. I don't really feel like talking about drafting qualifications and stuff, but Darkseer offlane is the story of the game here. Most notably, I don't want to talk about that yet. I'm sorry, my brain's not working very well. I woke up like 2 hours ago. This is usually like the perfect point where I feel like awake enough and like I feel like actually working, so here I am. Do I have any cool updates for you guys? No, I don't think so. Oh, Medic Bear shirts are being printed. How about that? They are on the way. I know for sure they're being printed. So the design is going through. Thanks for all the feedback on Facebook and stuff. It will be available towards North American and EU viewers, and of course, if you live in Australia or if you live in the C region like Philippines or Thailand or whatever, you can order them from the North American store. That's the way it works. So everybody in Europe, including Russians, can purchase from the EU store, I believe. Africa, no idea. I couldn't tell you. I know I have some South African viewers, and very rarely somebody from a regular African country will accidentally click on one of my videos, and there they are. Then they watch one of my videos. Okay. Their draft is pretty strong. They have pretty good, darn good team fight. By the way, this is I'm almost 100%. This is not CLG Lacoste, like almost 100%. He sent me a friend request afterwards, and we had 0 friends in common, which is absolutely not consistent with pretty much any other pro player that has been on my friends list. There's always going to be at least one person overlap. It's almost guaranteed an imposter. And in fact, I looked at some of his AKAs, and a lot of them were Spanish or Portuguese, not sure which. Sometimes those languages look very similar to me. And I know for a fact Lacoste is from, where was it? Some small island in the Mediterranean Sea. I can't remember. He's like from a really weird place, if I'm not mistaken. I might be thinking of somebody else. Anyways, it's probably not him. And based on his play, this game pretty much guaranteed is not Lacoste. So Blitz is going to play Shadow Fiend. I'm playing Darkseer offlane. I was a little tired when I played this game, I think. I don't remember what time it was. Oh yeah, this is like the day after I was really tired for whatever reason. I think it was like after the patch video day or something. I was just feeling completely pooped, so... Or I didn't sleep that well, I don't remember. But I was like actually excited to play Darkseer because I didn't feel like trying very hard or being extremely challenged. So that was kind of fun. Anyways, let's get to the hero. Watcha. So, Darkseer off lane. I'm going to end up being versus a solo hero. And I'll just tell you now because you'll see it shortly anyways. When you're versus a solo hero as Darkseer, it drastically changes how you should play. And I'll talk about that as I get to the lane. But it really does, it drastically changes how you should play the hero. If you're playing as an offlane Darkseer and you're versus a tri-lane, you have to play extremely safe. If you're versus a solo hero and the tri-lane is somewhere else, you need to abuse the hell out of that guy. You need to force him to last under tower, you need to pull creeps to neutral camp so you can get all the CS, and then eventually you should dive him when you have the chance. There's a lot of really good ways that you can abuse the matchup. Darkseer versus any solo hero is really good, honestly. Maybe not any solo hero, but Darkseer versus another hero in this matchup is not fun for the guy in the safe lane. If you play it right. If you play it the same way that people normally do, which is just Ion Shell creeps and stand there by the wave and try to get the last hits and denies, you're doing it completely wrong. Because that gives him a chance to actually get the last hits, and he gives him the opportunity to deny. And if it's a ranged hero like Puck, that's an advantage that you do not want to let him have, 100%. And the trick is that you have to cut the creeps. You have to go to the other side of the tower, you have to tank the whole creep wave, and you just kill it. Because number one, it guarantees you get the last hits. And number two, it means that the Puck can't harass you. If the Puck comes to harass you, then his creeps are dying under his tower. And if his creeps are dying under his tower, that's an EXP that guy's never going to get, and he's not going to have an opportunity for a last hit. And the tower's taking damage that whole time. So if he wants to come mess with me, I'm okay with that. I'll just walk away from the creep wave until he leaves. And then if he goes back to his tower, then I can just take the whole creep wave. It ends up burning through a moderate amount of HP regen, but it does end up getting you 4 out of 4 of the last hits, you get all of the experience, and sometimes you can pull it to a neutral camp to get a little bit of extra EXP boost. So, you will see me doing that. Unfortunately, this is going to desync anybody that's actually watching the replay live, but based on the timer that I just saw, I think there's a lot of downtime, or at least a lot of pause time going on throughout this game. So, there they are, aggressive tri-lane. It's a Weaver with a Naga and a Visage. Pretty strong tri-lane. Yeah, it's not bad at all. A lot of range. Really not bad. So, I probably should have been moving into the jungle at this point. I think I went back to block or something. Or I said, oh wait, maybe I should check the rune because I'm going to be in a 1v1 matchup. So, I was definitely a little bit late here. I should have been checking the rune. I don't know if we knew there was an aggressive tri-lane yet, but probably checking the rune as a Darkseer is always going to be the right choice. So I was just going to wait a little bit here. I'm going to grab the haste. I think they spotted the tri-lane because otherwise I think I'd be a little too scared to do this. But most importantly now, I knew I was late for the creep wave and I need to pull them back. So I'll just run over here. I'll get all the creeps aggro to me and now I can start the tri-lane. And this is exactly what, start the lane. And this is exactly what you do. You pull the creep wave past. Puck came towards me, so I'm going to back off, which is going to force him back to his creep wave, and I end up basically getting 4 creeps for absolute nothing. Other than the fact that I'm going to take a moderate amount of damage here, like 300 or something like this. And let's pull up some CS totals. Let's see how many last hits the Puck gets from that first wave. The first wave is almost dead, and he's got 1 last hit. 2 last hits. Alright, so he got 2 out of the 4 last hits of the first wave. I didn't want to pull it into the Hellbear Smashers because that camp is really, really strong, but this one's really perfect here. The Satyr camps they don't do as much damage, and they also get a lot of EXP. It's very, very important that you get the last hits, though, and of course, I also don't want to be taking the damage. I want them to be doing damage to each other. So there we go. I got all of the Satyr camp, I got all of the EXP of the Satyr camp, and I'm going to get all these creeps. The only downside to this is that it usually takes slightly longer to kill the wave itself, so I'm going to be a bit late going to the wave. And he's actually going to have 1 creep wave worth of EXP safely, which is why I'm grabbing Surge now. So there we go. I double his last hits. He actually last hit the next wave pretty well, so he did a nice job there. And now since the creep wave is in equilibrium, I will have to last hit the normal way. I probably should have denied that, but I failed on that. I was definitely prioritizing last hits a lot more than anything else. He was trying to orb me here. And in fact, he actually did orb all the way through. I'm not really sure why. I think he was a little scared about me diving or something like that. But in fact, I just wanted to go and kill the next creep wave again. So.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Again, I'm going to go take the last hits. This is going to force him back under his tower if he wants to get the last hits. And since I know the whole tri-lane is still top, I can still continue to play really aggressive. Now, if you're playing in a 1v1 matchup like this, you can actually skip 2 levels of Surge. A long time ago, people used to only get 1 Surge, and then they would max Ion Shell, but then this started getting countered by smart supports who would save their Disable until the Surge was about to go through. So, if you really want to be a little greedy, I could have gotten a Vacuum at this point. I decided to salve myself up at this point, and I had some downtime, so I went to go check what the camp was. Again, he's trying to last under tower, maybe having some issues. He's actually doing okay, though. He's not last hitting too bad. But I'm easily the biggest last hitter in the game, and I should have the highest GPM as well. Yeah, easily. This is because I got that neutral camp, and I haven't missed a last hit yet, as far as I'm aware. I maybe missed one. So again, I'm going to pull it through. I will now Ion Shell myself, and try to make sure that I get all the last hits. Oops. I think I missed at least one here. Yeah, I missed that one neutral. And I was going to tank this very slightly because I wanted to ensure that I got the Alpha Wolf. So I missed one melee creep there, but other than that, I haven't missed the last hit yet. This time, the puck ended up pulling the creep wave all the way through to the next wave, which guaranteed him EXP. I think it was a bit of a mistake. I wasn't looking, I think, or maybe I just decided to go. Yeah, I think I was looking at items to purchase right now. So I ended up buying a Ring of Health here, and something else, a Sage's Mask. I surprisingly hadn't actually needed mana that bad with Ion Shell yet, but that's because I'm casting 1 Ion Shell per creep wave, instead of having to cast like twice to stack them, for example. So that's part of the reason why I've been a little bit more mana efficient. I was planning to make a Soul Ring at this point, but I definitely needed some HP regen as well, which is why I picked up the Ring of Health. And in fact, since if you look at the heroes that we're playing against this game, most importantly, like Visage Bats, as well as the Weaver, a Vanguard is actually a pretty good pickup, and especially because my GPM is accelerated so heavily. Again, since I'm in a normal lane, I'm going to put a double Ion Shell on it, because it makes it harder for him to actually last hit these at all. And also, if you're in a 1v1 matchup, or generally in a lot of times, I actually just like getting my ulti at 6, because it does more damage than any other nuke that you have. Like, for 1 skill point, this does 150 magic damage, and it spawns an illusion that can also right-click them for a pretty good amount of damage. So, I'm sending the courier to go get my Soul Ring, because that's going to guarantee my mana input continues. I'm a little scared to go pull through at the moment, because I don't have the same kinds of HP regen that I did before. Missed one last hit there. And of course, deny creeps whenever you can, if possible. Pretty important to do that. It's one more last hit that the puck could have gotten that he will never get. And here comes my Soul Ring. Just at the time when I ran out of mana. So I was pretty mana efficient here, though. And there we go. Soul Ring plus Ring of Health. This is pretty fun. Because now my HP regen is like 9.3 per second plus the natural stuff. But really, really high mana regen over time. His animation's pretty solid as well, so everything's working out nicely. I think Blitz was freaking out on Skype or something like that. I was going to check their creeps, so I ended up missing them, as you guys can see.
Bottom is missing.
So a slight mistake for me, which means I'm going to have to surge over here to guarantee that I get an EXP range on time. See if I can get this last hit too. I did luck out on that one, so slight mistake for me, but I was still able to get the last hit. He denied one, and I didn't get that last hit, so damn, he denied 2. Again, deny 1 creep when you can. I could pick up boots right now. I don't necessarily need to. Maybe it would be the right choice. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm going to go check the rune, because it's almost 6 minutes here. And I'm going to get really lucky and find a regen rune. I don't know if I end up getting any last hits. I don't hear any. Sounds like he's actually denying the creep wave, but it looks like he ended up denying all the creeps, or I didn't get them. Either one.
Bottom is missing.
But whatever, I just got full mana. That was like really lucky for me and completely worth it. So I will Soul Ring. I will push the wave out. I could still be cutting creeps. Maybe I should have continued rather than stopping. It's kind of hard to say. He is catching up in last hits by a moderate amount. But I also have to be a little bit more careful. And also my early game isn't as strong as it was at the start, because now I don't actually have any survivability. There's no creeps here, so this gives me the option to dive, and also with those creeps chasing, he's taking a lot of Ion Shell damage. I kind of wanted to go in here, but the creeps bottled up a bit. So now what I'm going to do, since I already know he's in a pretty low spot, if I just take this next creep wave, this means that I can then dive again. So I'm going to wait till the next creep wave comes in, and now my survivability is pretty high, my mana pool is really, really high. I don't really want the catapult to be here, so I think I ended up trying to lose its aggro, and there he is. Now he's really low, so see if I can get a kill here. I'm going to re-Ion Shell. I'm going to surge in. I think my surge was a little bit of a waste there. I should have waited for that one. his positioning, his choice to go this way was really smart. He knows I'm in here somewhere. I'm trying to vacuum him, and I end up missing. Maybe if I had level 2 vacuum, I could have gotten him, but
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I was anticipating his juke here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And I'm going to drop the wall, which should get the kill. So now, if Naga didn't TP, I would have gotten away with that completely. It was smart juking from him. I should have saved my surge until I got into melee range, instead of when I just iron shelled in the jungle and I just sprinted towards him. If I would have just walked in slowly and then been able to surge based on what he decided to do with his positioning, it would have worked out a lot better for me, like a lot better. I was still able to kill him by using wall correctly, but I could have done that better. I could have put myself in a place where I unlikely would have died. Like the dive took so long that eventually all the creeps ended up dying, and then I was actually taking tower hits, whereas he never would have been able to absolutely touch me at all. Like, there's no way he would have been able to touch me if it was just his attacks and his nukes. Wouldn't have happened. So, slight mistake, but I got a kill. The tower got denied, which is a really big loss for us, so if I would have done that better and I would have just killed the puck, there's a pretty good chance I would have been able to also get the last hit. So, alright, I decided to buy a Vanguard because it counters Weaver, it counters Naga Siren, and it counters the Visage Bats. By that I mean that damage block blocks every single attack that Weaver makes. Well, not every, but it has a high percentage of chancing every single block. Every single illusion is going to get its damage blocked to a certain percentage. And it also reduces like the right click from the bats, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So Vanguard is actually a really good tanky item, and it also puts my HP in a place where before it was a little like I could die, and now there's basically no chance that I can die at this point in the game. I have 10 HP regen per second. That means as long as the gank goes on, that's how much extra HP I'm getting. I'm able to buy boots now as well. I think I should have just iron shield myself. I don't see a point of doing that one, of doing that creep, but it doesn't matter that much. I don't know, Vanguard on Darkseer is seriously good, I promise, guys. It's a really, really strong item. I should have a TP scroll as well, I think. Yeah, see, I'm running back to go get a TP now. I think it was a mistake for me not to have a TP scroll, because me ganking side lanes could actually be useful with boots and a Vanguard. Again, it's very, very difficult for me to die now. So, I thought about TPing to that one, but he's going to end up dying anyways, so. Their puck is basically choosing this EXP gain that he got to go roam, so. Let's go see what his hero level is. He is level 8, so he's doing okay, honestly, considering the early game. My GPM is still the highest in the game because Darkseer versus pretty much anybody is an easy lane. And now I can pressure the tier 2 as well. This is something I might have to be careful with though, especially if a lot of the tri-lane supports are missing, so. But on the bright side, I can jungle very, very easily now since I do have a Vanguard. Normally when you're up against these guys, they do a serious amount of damage, but if you're blocking 40 damage instead of 20, like look at that, they seriously did almost nothing to me in this lane, or in that jungle camp, and I'm already gonna be full HP. I think that was even with the soul ring maybe, so it's really not bad at all. It's super good. Vanguard is strong. The only downside to grabbing Vanguard is when I have Vanguard, then I don't have a mechanism, so that's the trade-off. But on the bright side, my survivability is higher personally, and I have more regen over time, so that's the trade-off. There's a lot of heroes top. I probably should have TP'd on this a little earlier, but it's going to be okay, I think. Vacuum Wall was able to get the Weaver. And now, oh, the creeps, man. These creeps were the worst.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
I wanted to dive this, because I have a Vanguard. I'm really tanky. Unfortunately, Puck was able to get Mirana before I ended up dying, so it's a little too bad for us. I tried to vacuum on high ground. I didn't know if it was still possible to do that or not. I'm glad I watched this replay though, because I was a little confused.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So now I'm trying to purchase, because I thought I was going to die. And that's right, guys, not dead. Vanguard is the shit. Might die now, I don't... Okay, not dead. Alright, alright. I did a lot of damage. Not dead. Alright. Didn't die, got a triple kill.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So got a buckler, got a headdress, and I have about, what, 500 gold until I have a mech, so...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That hero looks dead.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay. If I had a mech, maybe it would have been better, because I could have maybe saved Eosin. It's hard to say, but I honestly really like Vanguard. I think it's quite good if you're getting solo, like really good farm like that. I don't think it's that bad. I could also hypothetically dive that or TP to the lane. It's gonna end up going down, but it gives you a lot of offensive potential just because you are so survivable. So big wave bot. I'm just gonna continue finishing my mech at this point. Oh yeah, one important thing to point out that I haven't made yet. While you could argue that mech gives you about the same survivability, if you don't have a mech, you have a lot more mana to work with. So that could hurt you. If you pop a mech, it's 150. And of my mana pool, or at least of my mana pool in the last fight, I only had about like 600, 650 mana or something. So 150 is actually a really big percentage of that. If I don't have to worry about popping the mech individually for myself by myself, it's going to allow me to be able to do a wall. So maybe I would have ran out of mana, who knows, if I actually had a mech instead of a Vanguard. But I honestly think Darkseer is one of those situations where sometimes it's okay to get an early Vanguard, especially if you're in a 1v1 matchup. And since the wave is a bit contested now, and I think the creep wave is dead anyways, I'm just going to go take a jungle camp, which I can easily do without taking any damage, because I have all this damage block. And I can also swing around the backside of this fight, which is exactly what I want to do. I made a slight mistake here. I should have grabbed a second wall rather than going max vacuum, so I messed that up. It's not that big of a loss, actually. The mana cost really increases a lot. The most important thing that you get out of it is the double duration for the Wall of Replica. I was really hoping I could get 12 during that small camp so that I could get a level 2, but unfortunately could not. And now I'm preparing to go in. Got a wall on 2. They're taking so much Iron Shell damage.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, he did do that thing. The clap was moving and stuff. Man, I got like blown up. So, he did that. I've seen that happen before. I've been able to do it before. You get the Tauren Chieftain to move after somebody while it stomps. So it's actually stomping while it's moving.
Radiant's top tower is
It's a bug,
under
but
attack.
or at least not sure. Fight didn't go very well for us. I got the wall off on 2, but the Elder Titan stomp on that many people really made a big difference. Oh my god, the damage. This skill build is really bad. Don't do that Shadow Demon skill build. You should have one disruption early and then grab either lots of levels of Soul Catcher or lots of levels of Shadow Poison. Unfortunately, oh, by the way, I did have mech money before I died there, but I didn't quick buy it, so I was really frustrated about that. I should have had it on the quick buy, but I didn't. I knew I was going to build a mech, but for some reason, it's just really dumb. I could have had a mech right now, 100%, but this puts me behind by about 250 gold, so that was pretty annoying. I also shouldn't have Iron Shelled that creep. I should have saved it for one of theirs. So, slight mistake for me. That could have delayed the tower being taken. Which could have some pretty serious implications in the game, honestly. That's weird. I don't know why it's showing pop-ups. Let's try going back. This should be game source. I don't know. I don't know why XSplit is weird sometimes. Sometimes it's showing Dota 2 pop-ups. So, just want to finish mech. You could argue that maybe mech would have been better. I don't know. If we had mech in that last team fight, I think we could have won it, honestly. So, there's another argument for no Vanguard. The last team fight surely could have gone better. Maybe I would have survived. You never know. 250 HP is a lot. Although, alright. I probably would have died regardless, because technically Vanguard was also still keeping me alive. The question is whether it would have saved my allies. So I still probably would have died in that fight, but I might have been able to save an ally or two more. It's hard to say. I did play it really aggressive, like I definitely ran in an aggressive standpoint there from the backside, but I think the sleep made that more difficult than anything else. Also, grabbing a magic stick at this point is not too bad either, just to give you a little bit more burst mana or burst survivability. I don't think it's that bad. Alright, so I saw a Visage coming. I wish that I was prepared to disable him. But I'm still invisible, so I'm just going to stand next to him. And now he realizes. Some fights going on in other places too.
Stay near.
Got a triple wall. Was able to save Aosin, and yeah. And Surge Blitz just in case he wanted to make something happen. Always use the illusions, by the way. They hit really hard. You can use them to jungle. They hit as hard as a regular hero does, basically. Especially in the early game. And they look awesome too. They're like the coolest looking illusions. I swear. Look all glossy and stuff. Vanguard's also very good against Natural Order, by the way. The reason being is that damage block goes through before the armor reduction is applied. So that means if somebody's hitting for 100 or something, you can block 40 of that damage off the top, and then you have that 60 damage, which is then further reduced by armor. So I'm actually pretty survivable against Elder Titan right now in 2 different ways. So I'll definitely block 2 sources of damage whenever the Weaver does his Sakuchi, or his Geminate attack, and then from there the armor will be blocking it, because I have a medallion, which is, or sorry, a mech, which is 5 armor. So I'm pretty good against their hero lineup right now, and at this point I just kind of want to stack armor items and try to be at a lot of team fights. But I really don't need to solo farm anymore. I've got all the items that I really need for quite a while. I was a little worried about dying for this one. Unfortunately that started a little earlier than I thought it would, so I was not able to vacuum in time. I have already mech'd, by the way, so that was really dumb by the Weaver. Looking at that now. He must have ran out of mana or something like that, or miscalculated. I was able to pop mech in that fight though. So everything went okay, I think.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I think we made it out pretty good in that fight. Blitz got 2 kills, Puck was killed, Mirana was killed, we killed Shadow Demon died, but we got Weaver and Elder Titan. I think that was pretty much their whole team. Naga, Weaver, Elder Titan, Puck. Anyone not die there? Visage maybe? I think Visage probably survived, but that's fine. We killed all their important heroes and one of their supports survived, so definitely worth it. Okay, next items. I either get a plate mail to help protect against the Elder Titan and other physical damage carriers, like Visage Bats, the Riptide from Naga Siren, for example. They actually have a lot of minus armor and armor reducing going on in their strat here, but the minus armor is really useful. So counteracting that with a plate mail is good. I could also get a Ghost Scepter. Ghost Scepter would be fantastic because that means I could get out of the Ensnare from Naga Siren. The Ensnare is physical based, which is why it goes through BKBs and why Ghost Scepter removes it. So if your Ghost Scepter doesn't do anything to you, you can just completely remove Ensnare and escape it. You can use it after you're ensnared, pop Ghost Scepter, you'll be removed, or you can use it as it's flying in the air. It doesn't matter. As long as you're ethereal, the net will be removed from you. So, we're actually running in our jungle right now.
Gather round. Here I am.
I'm gonna mech here. Really should have just gone for it a lot earlier here. I survived a really long time though, I must say. That was a really unfortunate sleep by the Rubik.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Fortunately I didn't have an Iron Shell. I didn't realize that. I think I still wouldn't have gotten the kill. Biggest problems there was the Rubik sleep. Because Blitz started channeling his ulti. I think while he was invisible. If I'm not mistaken, he has a Shadow Blade. Yeah, he was invisible with his Shadow Blade. He was channeling his ulti, and then the Rubik stole the sleep and used it himself. Because I was getting very low. And because of that, Shadow Fiend stopped channeling his ulti, and then when he started it up again, he was visible again. And then he got blown up, so he wasn't able, he never actually got his ulti off. Otherwise it would have been like a big crushing ulti. We might have won the team fight if the Rubik didn't ulti there. And that's the first fight that they won in quite a while. They burned a lot on me though, and I was able to stay alive for quite a while there. So, it was pretty fun. I think I should have done a vacuum wall a lot earlier, though. I was looking at it this time after I popped my mech, and I was pretty much just like, alright, fight it out or die. I should have vacuum ultied right there, and I did not, for some reason. It just kind of sat there, and I think I iron-shelled myself a second time, maybe. I don't remember exactly. But if I had a plate mail as well, by the way, if I had a plate mail during that fight, I almost guaranteed would have lived. Almost 100%. Because a plate mail gives so much more survivability. They do have a lot of nuke damage, so that was a lot of the ways that I was taking damage. But if you have a lot of regen, which I do, and you have a lot of resistance in ways like armor, then it makes the right clicks do even less damage. And every point of regen that you get basically is more valuable if you have a lot of resistance. So keep that in mind. So if I would have done a little bit better in my item choices, or maybe I would have bought mech earlier, it could have made enough of a difference where I wouldn't have died in some of these team fights, where with my big advantage and my big farm lead and my big EXP, maybe I wouldn't have died a couple more times and would have won team fights. Could have made a big difference. So even those little small changes can oftentimes have huge implications for a game. Little do I know, Mud Golems and a random invisible Elder Titan. Didn't expect that one either. I was like, oh, Mud Golems. I cancelled. Didn't really know why that guy was there, and then I just saw Puck. It's like, hey, I'm gonna go be a jerk to Puck. It's actually a lot of time to like chase him and possibly do damage. I think this is when he realized. This is a little greedy for me. I have to be pretty careful. And also a burning vacuum like that was a huge waste. I thought he was going to meta juke me, but if I had vacuum right here, I maybe could have vacuumed their whole team into a wall and gotten a kill. It's hard to say. I did end up putting the Puck really low, so I didn't feel too bad with my choices there. Alright, and now I've got vacuum again, so I can do a wall combo. Alright, got two. It's a dead hero. Yes, walk next to my iron shell. I wanted to chase us, too. I felt like, if he didn't TP, I figured there was the chance that I could catch up. And hey, there he is, guys. And now I know which one's real, because that's the only one moving. Just make sure the illusions are dead, and that is 100% the correct one. Got some vision from that as well, and there we go. So we got the kill. That was really good for us. Cleaned up a little bit. I don't know who else died at the start of that team fight. Looks like Shadow Demon and the Rubik died, but we got the Visage and the Naga Sign. Not too bad. Could have been worse. It's not that bad to like solo annoy somebody too when they're looking to initiate. Like the Puck was, for example, he's trying to show up to a team fight, but if I just kind of follow him and I make his HP half as high when the team fight actually starts, it's a bit of a problem for him because there is a chance that he could just get blown up. So, and the chances of me dying solo are a little unlikely anyways. It takes a lot for Darkseer to kill somebody as evasive as Puck, but it's definitely doable. So, I think it was worth me poking around with him. I'm almost level 16 as well, which means that my ulti will now last a lot longer. The outgoing damage is minorly increased up to 90%, but mostly the duration of Wall of Replica is the most important thing by far. Yeah, they still had a ward up there, so he was able to solo kill Shadow Fiend. I think Blitz was a little bit low on HP or something like that, which is why he got comboed for free. So that was an unfortunate loss there.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, it looks like we do have wards. Where did they have that ward vision from? Alright, I need to check this really quick. I'm gonna check this. Cause I don't see any wards, so now I'm wondering if they're stream cheating or something. There we go. Perfect size. Perfect size. Alright, what's this? We're gonna pause the game really quick. Sorry guys, sorry I'm doing this, but I'm really curious now. Let's check. Alright, this ward just went up, okay? Okay, so this is me. So let's look at their vision only. We'll reduce this down a little bit. So we're looking at their vision. This is what they have for vision. They have a ward here. Oh wait, he's already dead. So do they see him walk past? Oh, Puck was right here. Okay. All is legit. Alright, no stream cheats. It's official. Back to it, guys. Puck came from right there. vision, do this, and remove that. Okay, perfect. Sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure. I was confused. I didn't see puck come from that way, so I wasn't watching the map. Just wanted to make sure, because I was like, because while we were playing it, we said, okay, there's obviously a ward on the high ground, something like that. This is what we said. We said, obviously a ward on the high ground, that's spotting us. So we're like, deward that, and then they end up placing a ward there later, and then we deward it immediately. Like right now, they just put a ward there. They just put a ward there, which we saw actually. We saw them place that. All right, once again, very, very low chance that I'll die to a puck, so I decided to go dick with him, see if I can do anything. Alright, now I know there's more heroes showing up. I end up doing an ulti on Puck. I'm gonna mech now. And I decided there's a very unlikely chance I'm gonna be able to kill him, so I just decided to TP out. So. Oh wow, I didn't realize they ultied that. Wow. I had no idea. When I played that live, I didn't even notice. That was their only stun that they had left, actually. Guaranteeing a kill on me there would have actually been really big. That would have been a really big mistake for me. So that was pretty darn lucky that I escaped. I just thought to myself, I was like, they have no stuns left. They already threw the net. I'm fine. But little did I know. I don't know if the cooldown just came up then or what, but I should have TP'd faster probably. Another possible mistake from that is I did burn my ulti trying to kill the puck there. He was forced to go back to base, as you guys can see. He went back to base and now he's farming mid. But I don't know. I just like being really aggressive on some heroes. Like I did on the puck there. I think it's kind of fun to do, especially when you have really tanky heroes like Darkseer. That's what you have to do. You have to try to force mistakes, because if they make mistakes, then you get a kill as Darkseer versus a solo hero, which is not easy.
Top tower is under attack.
Anyways, I grabbed the plate mail this game. I felt like grabbing Shivas was pretty important because we do want to end up countering their physical DPS heroes, and the 15 armor for myself is also very good. I decided to Ion Shell that catapult because I knew the creep wave was pushing, and it's really actually good to do this because the enemy carries or the enemy heroes can't really focus down a catapult very fast, and if it has an Ion Shell on it, in this case the creeps just pulled past, which I guess was a bit of a mistake, but I decided to initiate here, by the way. There's an ulti on 2. This gives us natural order as well, very important. The main reason we're doing well in this fight is because we have the natural order aura from that Elder Titan. I don't know if you guys saw how much damage the Shadow Fiend ulti did, but it's because of the unnatural order. Big time. Let's see what level his aura is. Yeah, it's level 4. We basically had that on our side wherever the illusion was standing. So they basically got hit with 100% magic damage there. It was pretty sick.
Dire's
no problem at all.
Is under attack.
Gonna go jungle some more. Wow, we had never actually killed that ward. I saw the Elder Titan coming, so I decided to TP back. I was kind of low in mana anyway, so. And by the way, keeping your boots at brown boots is not bad on Darkseer at all. It's in some ways it's a little unnecessary to upgrade to arcanes. The only circumstances where I think upgrading to arcanes is often worth it is if you're against some mana drainers, so like a EMP invoker, or man, it's still showing pop-ups. That's really annoying. I'm gonna set myself to offlane. Sorry about that, guys. See, sometimes people like randomly add me, and it's really great. Friends. Flying. I haven't had to do this in a long time. I don't know, I think it's like the newest version of XSplit or something that sometimes does this to me, but in the past it would never happen, but since my reformat, I've been running into that problem occasionally. I saw the mud golems and I was like, why am I trying to farm mud golems? I could be farming creeps. They're taking Roshan right now, and I believe we didn't know about this, I'm pretty sure. It doesn't look like we're moving or acting on it, so. Didn't have the best wards over there, so that could be argued part of it. Though they have been pressuring us so much in our jungle that it kind of made sense that, yeah, Blitz looks to be
Roshan
dead.
has fallen to the Radiant.
Yeah, we did not realize that they were taking Roshan. going to Soul Ring before I TP back, just to make sure that my mana is still a bit higher. And now we have to try to defend this.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
To be really careful about initiations. The Naga could ulti us at any time.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Luckily, we're able to walk out of this one.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
We took the tower. We should be able to fight now. Well, actually, sorry, we want to wait for Shadow Fiend. Do not want to fight just yet.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Wow. He blew him up. And now I'm ensnared. I'm not too worried about this. Again, I'm really survivable, so. And Blitz is alive now. I'm looking for an initiation. And then I completely whiffed it. So bad. That was so bad. We lost both our supports off of that, actually. This does not look very good. I whiffed that so bad. The problem was that Puck initiated right as I was kind of looking to go in, so he wasn't, I don't know, I didn't catch anybody. I just got the Naga, and then I decided, I think I still ultied on top of it, but that was super bad. I tried to force it too hard. I think that was by far the worst vacuum I did this game. I'm going to TP just to get here a little faster. Which I was actually kind of glad I did once Blitz got into some trouble. Alright, good. Eosin was able to pick up a kill. Can force the ulti on the Naga Siren.
Dire's middle barracks are under
And we were pretty sure that the Elder Titan was running away this way, which we did realize. Eevee is actually pretty legit on Mirana, if you guys didn't notice here. Eosin did a really nice job this game with it. Because when you use the Eevee, it slows them by a lot, which means you should be able to land your arrow. They're not going to be able to dodge it because they're so slow. And it also increases the damage your arrow does, and if you actually do arrow somebody, you can Eevee them afterwards and then do a Starfall. Starfall does like, I don't know, 500 magic damage now or something like that. 550 magic damage? No, it's more. I think it's like 75%, so it can do like 525? Yeah, I think it's like 525. Something like that. You can do like 525 magic damage to one hero. So if you're EB that on top of that, you're doing a ton of magic damage to one target. So it's actually pretty good. Anyways, I got my Shivas finished. I have a mech. I have tons of armor. I have tons of survivability. It's pretty unlikely that I can die. I mean, the worst Elder Titan can do to me right now, like Elder Titan's actually not a very good Darkseer counter in a sense. Like, sure, he's going to reduce my armor by 10. He's going to reduce my magic resistance down to nothing, but I'm going to lose 10 armor, I'm still going to have 20. So it's not that bad. If you guys don't know how Natural Order works, it removes your base armor. So just that first white number, the plus 20 that's in green, that's the bonus armor that I get from items and outside sources, like auras and stuff. So that's how you figure it out, how much Natural Order will do. I think I bought a Ghost Scepter, and then I realized that I was asking people what I should buy, and Blitz said I should just go for a Sheep Stick rather than getting a Blink or a Ghost Scepter. And honestly, I kind of agree with it because I was already really survivable enough that we didn't have to worry as much about about my personal survivability. So that's an okay wall. Fought my mech just now. Should have killed one of those bats. Oh, we were worried about the Puck. They were super waiting for him, though. So we won the fight. I had a really good vacuum wall that time. Got 4 heroes. They clumped up a bit too much. And we were able to kill the Naga right at the start of the fight. So it worked out really, really well. Using Shivas after the vacuum is generally the best thing you can do with Darkseer as well, because it puts them close to the illusions. If you can slow them after that point, it means that the illusions will be able to get off an extra attack or two. If the illusions do end up dying, though, it's a little unfortunate because they do end up doing a lot of physical damage, but it's okay even if it doesn't. You still did 150 from the wall itself, and you did, what, 160 from vacuum, so you're doing a 300 damage AoE, plus the illusions might right-click them once. So, works out okay. And you should be able to walk into melee range with Ion Shell as well. So you're doing a pretty good nuke to a lot of the heroes and clumping them up enough that you might be able to start a really good fight. If you have things like AoE stuns, it gets a lot better as well, but it doesn't always happen. gonna give him mech. Want to make sure he stays alive. This guy's so fast. Even outran my Shivas. But I was able to vacuum him, so. Alright, so at this point, I kind of want to pick up at least one piece of my sheep. I think I ended up selling my soul ring, if I'm not mistaken. My mana pool is really, really big right now. I think at some point I sold my soul ring. I just don't remember how close it was to my sheep. I kind of want to keep a TP scroll. I don't remember if I dropped my TP or what, but... maybe I just decided to get full mana and go back out and farm somewhere. It's one of the nice things about Darkseers. Once you grab a soul ring, you really don't need that many mana items. You can oftentimes run into some issues where you do run out of mana later, but it's largely okay. If you want to take a look at all the items on the board, by the way, so I'm sure you guys are a little curious. Shadow Fiend has a Lothar's Manta, or Mirana has an E-Blade Manta, which is pretty darn good actually. It's good damage output. E-Blade gives 40 agility, which is 40 attack speed and 40 damage. That all applies to her illusions, so it's a bit better for her illusions actually than a typical damage item. Except for maybe, possibly not a Daedalus, but I haven't done the math on it, so I can't say. Their Puck has a Blink Dagger, which was one of their solo heroes. I have quite a bit, a Blink Sheep is what I meant. I have quite a bit more items than him though, so I'm doing a bit better. So that was okay. Their mid hero is doing arguably about the same as their Shadow Fiend, I think. And then our Mirana is doing about the same as their Weaver. Let's look at the gold graphs, I guess. Yeah, this is a pretty close game. They had a pretty good advantage, but we kept winning some team fights, so that went okay for us. EXP is pretty wildly in our favor though. Saw some potential for heroes in the jungle, so I'm going to run in first. So now we get to team fight top again. They pretty much gave up on mid. They like kept going mid and they're like, okay, this isn't going to work. It's a bit too clumped, and it really is, because if they go high ground and I get a 4-mana wall, it's a little scary for them. I wanted to take all these if possible, because me losing a little bit of armor is not a big deal. Killing them is a big deal. Got a 3-man. Alright, we got the puck. This is a weird team fight, by the way. Really weird team fight. I was so frustrated that I surged there. I didn't look down until after I had surged, because I assumed I would just have to catch up to somebody. So, if I would have vacuumed immediately, and I was within range, if I would have vacuumed instead of surged, we could have gotten the Elder Titan as well. So that was really frustrating. But that's what I get for not having quite the best map vision, or map awareness is more applicable here. Wanted to help him get the bats, so.
Radiant's middle tower is
high ground wards help quite a bit. So I'm about 800 gold away from finishing my sheep stick. We're gonna go try to take the mid tower because we want another fight.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Got nailed on that one. Alright, we got a tower. We should probably back up after this one. But that was pretty funny. This does not look good for Yosin. Although I did get a good wall off here. I almost survived that, actually. I think if I would have walked a little bit to the left and maybe avoided the... Oh, that was frustrating. Why was I microing that? Got it. Did you see that, guys? Did you guys see that last hit? Oh. Freaking Spirit like one-shots all the illusions. Doesn't matter what their HP is. It's bullshit. I think it's so good. I just wanted to apply the Deso effect. That's it. It's like the best illusion I ever had. Anyways, I maybe should have bought out as well. I don't know if how much reliable gold I had.
I could have hit Roshan with my eyes closed.
Both have very similar items. I think their farm has got to be very similar. Gold per minute. Yeah, we're out farming a lot of their heroes, but we do have a lot more carries than they do. I guess the Weaver's just not farming amazingly. I think it might be his kill death. Yeah, his kill death is not good for a carry. He's towards the bottom. 2, 5, and 11 is not acceptable. It's the main reason that they're having issues. I think I bought at least my ultimate orb now, looks like. Yules for Puck. And I knew I needed a little bit more gold to finish the Sheep Stick. Because it's 2,700 for the Mystic Staff, and then you need 875. So that should be about, what, 3,500, 3,600, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to steal some of these, though, because I'm pretty close to a sheep. Sheep is a big item. The hero to Hex is either the Elder Titan or the Puck. Maybe the Weaver as well, but he does have a Lincoln, so I have to be really careful about that. Grabbing the Puck is really good though, because it's not something he can stop. Basically, it's an instant cast time, so if I do land it, it's going to land, and then I should be able to burst him down. Just waiting for my gold to tick over towards another 5, and then I've gonna have the sheep. There we go. So bringing that to me. I actually ended up dropping my teleport scroll. I don't think that was the right choice. I think I should have sold my soul ring. I don't need a soul ring as much when I have a sheep. I have an extra 400 mana, and I also have 150% mana regen from the item itself, so I think that was unnecessary. But this is pretty typical item progression for Darkseer. Some games you'll grab a pipe, some games you'll skip Vanguard though. Especially if you're against a Tri-lane, I think going straight for mech is better because your farm won't be as guaranteed. Like if you have a solo lane, I should have been able to get a Vanguard and a mech up by like 14 minutes or something. Mine was like 3 minutes delayed because we kept team fighting earlier, and I kept like dying right before I got it, or I made that one mistake where I didn't buy it on time. So if you're solo versus a solo, you should be able to get both. Maybe I should have just gone mech and then work towards sheep or Shiva's really fast afterwards. It's hard to say. I don't know. Someday I'll upgrade my boots. Someday, guys. I think. I don't know if I did that or not this game at all. You really don't need to upgrade them, though. Regular boots is fine. You can also do, like, Tranquil boots if you want as well in a solo matchup. I could have done that maybe instead of going Ring of Health into Vanguard. If I would have just gone, like, Mech Tranquil, I would have had more mana problems, but I probably could have continued cutting creeps rather than starting to lane against the Puck, which might have amend my gold advantage. Might have made my gold advantage a lot higher. And at this point, I don't really need gold that much. So, I mean, honestly, my items are set. I don't need any more from this point in the game. Boots of Travel would be kind of nice, but... And obviously I could sell my Soul Ring, grab a Ghost Scepter, or a Force Staff. Those would all be great, but... It's a little unnecessary, I think. Blink Dagger wouldn't be too horrible either, because then I could Blink Vacuum. Got a fight coming. Got a wall off on 3. Was able to Hex the Elder Titan. Oh my god, Weaver Elder Titan auras or illusions are so good. I was kind of confused why he was standing there, honestly. They do have a sentry, actually. Oh my god, he was this low. He was so low. But luckily I know exactly where the Elder Titan is going. And I decided to back up from that. I think we're worried about getting a little overextended. They still have a lot of heroes alive, so I think not that many people died in that fight at all, surprisingly. I think we still didn't have a gem, I'm pretty sure. Our best tool for killing the Weaver, though, is definitely the Rubik. We have very little stuns, so what we need to do is get a gem on somebody, and Rubik needs to Fade Bolt the Weaver to break his Linkens, and then he needs to lift him, and we need to kill him within like 2 seconds, and preferably be able to Hex immediately afterwards would be good. On the bright side, I was able to take the Elder Titan out of the fight for like 3.5 seconds with Hex, so he wasn't able to deal damage while the main brunt of the fight was happening, which was basically right after the wall replica. There's definitely a lot of greedy play from our team this game, though. We didn't really have that much warding up, at least at this point, and we didn't have a gem forever. I probably should have just been carrying it, since I'm so hard to kill. Did a really nice job blocking that camp. Wow, it still spawned. I can't believe it. That is blown my mind. I don't know why I'm standing around. This movement really confuses me. I'm sure we were talking or something. I'm not quite sure. This doesn't make sense to me either, guys, I promise. Sometimes you do things that don't make sense when you watch yourself play games of Dota. Try it out sometime. You'll be just as confused as me. Hey. Alright, there goes. Sell the soul ring. Bring yourself a TP scroll, something I should have had a while ago. I think that's why I kept deciding to not go top, maybe, because I didn't have a TP scroll or something like that. It's like, this is stupid. What if they push somewhere or gank somewhere? That would be silly. Let's see. Some stats. Kills, deaths, assists. We just saw that. Last hits, denies. I'm still top 4. Almost as high as our Elder Titan. Hero level, I'm almost 25. XP per minute, I'm second highest. Current gold, doesn't matter. Net worth, baby. I'm actually matching their Weaver for farm, just about, which is pretty good, and I'm higher than their Elder Titan, so we're definitely just kind of out-farming them. Yep, definitely out-farming them. Although it's still very close. When you're this late in the game and you guys have this much gold totals, this gold craft does not mean shit. 2,500 is half of a good item, something like that. It is not that big. EXP is going to help more than anything else, more than these other things. I surged. Look at how long ago I surged. The Shadow Demon was just blocking me so hard. I was really sad. My Hex is a bit wasted. That's okay. I was like, oh cool, we want a team fight. And then they were like, oh god, they're counter pushing us. That was really scary.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Really wish I had my Hex right here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That Centaur Stone was so good.
Your actions are without
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
I hexed him, but he went in Abyss.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Oh, we also left a gem here, by the way. Once we killed Puck, we left the gem here. I should have picked it up. It was my fault.
Regeneration.
I had an item slot. I don't think the Potem did. I just assumed somebody else would grab it. Nobody grabbed it. So the Weaver was able to escape. We just lost our range barracks. I wasn't sure why. I think we might have left a catapult there as well. So that was a pretty big mistake. They guaranteed that they end up getting at least one barracks advantage over us. So those are probably the first of our late game mistakes. Not grabbing the gem and letting that range barracks die. Because now they have very slight tactical advantage. 1 or 2 range creeps that are bigger are not going to make as big of a difference as like a melee barracks. But it does make a difference. So it was a nice split push by them, though. After they lost the team fight and we chased forever, they were able to take towers. They took a tower and a range barracks, basically. So, now I have 3,200 gold. What do you buy at this point? Ags is not bad. Blink Dagger is not bad. Force Staff is not bad. I could get a Ghost Scepter, but I don't think it's really needed because, again, I'm not really going to die. Honestly, even a Refresher would be kind of cool because then I could get like 2 Sheep Sticks or some things. I could do Vacuum Wall and Refresh. Vacuum Wall Hex and then Refresh. That would be pretty good, actually. I don't remember what I spent my money on, though. I think I just saved it for buyback because at this point, again, I don't really need the gold that much. It's like Aosin picks up an AC, which gives him a lot of survivability and gives our team 5 more armor. I think we had somebody pick up a Vlad's as well. Doesn't look like we have one just yet. Vlad's, when you're up against an Elder Titan, is pretty good because it will give you a lot more survivability. Because usually Elder Titan's going to be hitting you pretty hard because of his passive. So this will give us some way to counteract that. It looks like I bought Boots of Travel for whatever reason. We saw they were Roshanian here. Oh god, go away.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Satanic, guys, is good. He almost died there, but he's Satanic. We crushed that team fight, though. Crushed it. He BKB ulted and then Satanicked, and that was pretty much it. I didn't realize he was coming back. That was a mistake on my part. Although I do hit for 217 right now. I was considering going for that, but I knew he had a blink. He was going to get out of there, so. Did not want to walk around. Screw that. Look at these punches, man. The strongest punches you've ever seen. Just one-shotting creeps. It'd be fun to see Darksuit out like a carry sometime. Just go like BKB Daedalus or something with the treads.
Radiant's middle
Be so
tower
ridiculous.
is under attack.
Some stuff, crazy stuff going on in the top lane, guys. It's like Weaver's being annoying. They're actually taking the mid racks in the meantime. I maybe should have pushed mid instead of going bottom, but ended up going bottom actually ended up helping us a lot because it gave us a big creep wave to be able to possibly take this tower as well. So.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
I was anticipating the creep wave, which is why I stood over there, but it actually spawns right there. So my mistake.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's top barracks has fallen.
They're trying to buy time to allow their guy to take our tower. Fortunately, I got slept.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
I think I should have walled this, and I should have hexed him. So, yeah, those are pretty big mistakes, I think. They did a really nice job making me irrelevant, though. We weren't able to get the tower. We weren't even really close. What I should have done is as soon as the Elder Titan got close, even if he was BKB'd, as soon as my wall replica came off cooldown, I should have used it on him because the aura would have helped. And I should have hexed probably a lot earlier. I thought we were going to be able to take that barracks, honestly. I thought it was going to be just fine, but didn't work out. This is going to force me to buy back, I believe, because now they're pushing in. We do have Shadow Fiend up. But I think I needed to buy back here because they were definitely considering pushing. It's probably a really bad time to compress this chip bag, huh? And I will buy back now, and I will search for it and prepare the defense. This guy's like the mana blocking me. His positioning is really bad, the Shadow Demons. He should not be standing in the front of our team fight. If you're playing support, you should always be in the back, especially if you're a hero like Shadow Demon.
Dire's bottom tower is
If they had like a
under
ranged stun or something and they just blew him up at the start of the fight, Disruption is still really powerful late game, so you should not get caught by it. I kind of wanted to go in on this. I seem to remember. We didn't quite have vision though. We didn't know anywhere where their team was because we had no wards or anything. So. And I bought a jump finally. Should have done this 25 minutes ago, but here we are. That was good. That was good. I got 3. Nice Elder Titan ulti steal. Got my mech off. I must use my Hex on something, I'm not sure what.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
I didn't have my vacuum for that one, so he would have gotten away no matter what. God, they have such hard to chase heroes, they really do. I think even, yeah, at this point I was like, alright, it's not gonna happen. I have a Hex, but his Lincoln's was likely up,
Dire's middle
so.
barracks are under attack.
Chase is too difficult. So we need to push now. We lost our top racks completely. We won another fight though, so that's pretty good. This kills Death's assists. You guys are curious. I did the vacuum right after the Hex ended because I wanted to make sure that he was chain stunned, so that in case he felt like popping his BKB that it wouldn't happen. I think he did actually have a shot of popping his BKB, but he didn't do it. He decided to hold back and he just bought back instead. So, his choice. So we forced a buyback out of him. And Shiva's really does reduce their attack speed by a lot. It's pretty good. These creeps are attacking quite slow. Get my mana back up to full. So from here out, pretty much just buybacks is all I need. If I want to sell an item, I'll sell Vanguard, most likely. Mech is too good to get rid of. Even at late games, where it only heals a very small percentage of people's HP, it's still better to have than a Vanguard is, for sure. So. Again, I can make Ags. This is me that glyphed it. This is completely my fault. I shouldn't have glyphed it. It wasn't worth it, honestly. The creeps likely were going to get it. I think they might have gotten the range barracks, but it's not worth the glyph because that's 5 minutes that we can't prevent their back doors. So that was probably the biggest late game mistake that I made. We got both bats at least. But 200 gold isn't worth it. The glyph is way more important. Glyph is actually a super big deal, especially when we're at threat of being backdoored like this. All it takes is like one hero, like a Weaver, to split off from the team while we team fight, and then he can take buildings. So, that put us in a really bad spot, honestly, from me using that. I was looking for heroes. That was my map click, unfortunately.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Oh no. Oh good, we still got him. Now we're all slept, and they will be backdooring. That's where Glyph would have been really useful. That would have given us 5 seconds. They will pay for this, I believe. I also lost my Iron Shell. Should have surged the Shadow Fiend, most likely.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Killing spree.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
I think my wall missed there. This is on top of a building.
Dire's middle tower is under
Got the
attack.
Weaver. We got a ranged barracks.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Kind of have to give up on him at this point. It would have been really nice to hex him, but I just couldn't do it. Once he phases out, there's no way to stop, basically.
Double damage.
Of course, I can just like hit him pretty hard. But There's just no way that I can solo kill him. Unless I meet him halfway between him and the Shadow Fiend.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
God, this guy was annoying. So hard to kill. We can't chase at this point because it's more important. We need to push. We're like way too low in Raxes right now. We need to take any advantage that we can get.
Radiant structures are fortified.
The glyph is a bit wasted because that was likely going to die anyways.
Has fallen.
The best we could do right here is try to take a Rax somewhere else.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
I got hexed immediately.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
Got blown up there. That's why they ran away, because I was invisible. I didn't realize at the time. I was like, why the hell didn't they just kill me? I'm quite confused. So they did a really nice job keeping me out of the fight, basically, is what they did. They hexed me as soon as the sleep ended so that they could just 1v or 4v1 the Shadow Fiend. If I wasn't hexed there, if I wasn't disabled, I would have been able to do a vacuum wall. I could have hexed a guy and I could have Shiva'd. And there's a very good chance that I would have been able to do something major. So at this point I sold my Vanguard and I bought a BKB. The reason for that being is that survivability and Magic Immunity is going to be a lot more important. As the last fight showed, I did like absolutely nothing in the fight. So BKB at this point is not a bad choice. I maybe should have bought it earlier as well. I think that hex was a waste. We're like way out of position. We have been mega creeped, by the way, so keep that in mind, guys.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
There's like gems everywhere.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's ancient is under attack.
Let the world end now. It matters not to me. My soul exposed.
So many gems. Legions are still a little annoying at this point, unless they have a lot of AoE, so can't let them hit on me too much. That is a real hero. These creeps do a lot of damage to me now, though. Like, selling the Vanguard right before this was a little unfortunate, because 40 damage block of a 100 hit for a Mega Creep is really good. It's a huge damage reduction. So they're just kind of like victory pushing mid. I'm going to TP now. We gotta win a team fight here. They did waste their Hex though, so that was pretty good. Nice. We still got the Naga, so that was good. Maybe should have surged him instead of me.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's ancient is under attack. Radiant's ancient. Dire victory.
We're able to win. So yeah, with the Weaver kill, he didn't respawn in time, and then all we had to deal with was the Elder Titan and the Naga, and that's all they could do to slow us down. So we got the Puck as well, I believe. It was a Puck Weaver. That was by far their two most annoying heroes, and they didn't have the damage to stop us, so they honestly needed the Weaver to be able to kill Shadow Fiend. They didn't have any other ways, because the Elder Titan went for a Hex after the Shivas. I think this may have been a mistake. Maybe he should have gone a damage item, like, honestly, a real damage item. Maybe like a, I don't know, a Daedalus or something would have actually been pretty cool. Although they also had a Butterfly, so it makes things a little tough, but they weren't able to kill us on our final GG push. We had all of our DPS. Eosin had a lot of damage, Shadow Fiend had a lot of damage, and we were able to win. So that was a fun game. Offlane Darkseer, slight mistakes, but overall I think I played mostly okay. Had one whiff vacuum, but the rest were pretty darn good. So, should have bought a gem earlier? I think that's about it. So thanks for watching. That was a Darkseer replay commentary. We'll be bringing some more videos to you guys soon and playing some more games. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye.